Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ricardo and I'm Bujo Boosted. So first of all, since tomorrow is Christmas, I wanted to wish you all some great holidays and a Merry Christmas to you and your family. Before starting with today's video, I wanted to show you some of the stationery that I got this week. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that yesterday I got my very first fountain pen, and here it is. It's a Kakûno Pilot fountain pen. And it's a fountain pen for children. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's got a very nice little head in here. And you know guys, since this is my very first fountain pen, I did not know how this thing worked. And I don't know, like, if you're a newbie like I am, please note that you need to put the ink in here. You need to squeeze a lot. Like yesterday I was like not squeezing enough, I guess, so there was no ink coming out, and I kept on like writing for like 10 minutes before realizing that I didn't like squeeze enough. Like you need to like really squeeze the ink in, right? So this fountain pen is for children, and I was so happy to find this little information in the box. It explains you like how to use your very first fountain pen, and this was so helpful because I was completely lost. Also, I really like the fact that the head is in this lovely green that matches perfectly my bullet journal. So as you may have seen from the title of this video, today I'm going to talk about quantity. So if you haven't already, go check out my quality video, because this is going to be a companion video to that one. So why talking about quantity tracking? Alright, I've been bullet journaling for a while, and if you are kind of familiar to the bullet journal system, you have seen the habit tracker. I've seen so many different versions of the habit tracker, and I've come to realize that people do not only track habits within their habit tracker, but like anything. And I did the same mistake as well. So if you have used a habit tracker before, I'm sure you know that feeling of being extremely excited at the beginning of the month, because you know that you're gonna track like so many things, and then towards the end of the month you realize that your habit tracker is like half blank or entirely blank, and that's kind of demotivating, frustrating. That's why today I want to go back to the basics of quantity tracking. I want to focus on what is important to track in your habit tracker, and I want to show you a different way of quantity tracking that will hopefully improve your bullet journaling experience and will help you have a better, more organized and more useful bullet journal. Also guys, if you haven't already, go check out Between the Steps. Her account is amazing. She has some really great feed on her YouTube channel. She has done some really great videos about how to set up your new bullet journal for 2017, and I really like how she explains in depth all of her goal setting process. So please go check her out. Her goal for 2016 is to reach 1,000 followers / friends / subscribers, and I'd love to help her reach that goal. With no further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so here we are. As usual, I have created a spread within my YouTube journal, and let's dive into it. So alright, quantity tracking guys. So the very first question you ask yourself when you think about quantity tracking is how much, how many? And usually the more you do something, the better the results you get. So this is very important, because when thinking about tracking, if the question you ask yourself is not how much, how many, but how, then you should consider switching to quality tracking. So if the answer is how, then go check out my quality tracking video. Now, the problem with the habit tracker is that you have a strong relationship between time and quantity. However, today, here I am to tell you that quantity and time are not necessarily related, okay? I have a really easy example to tell you, right? So, for example, mopping, right? We all need to mop the floor, eventually. But do you actually need to try that within your habit tracker? How many times do you actually mop the floor in a month? I mean, unless you are a compulsive mopper and you do want to mop your floor every single day, I'd say that, I don't know, you mop it like once a week or maybe twice a week, right? So that means that if you track mopping in your habit tracker, it will definitely stay blank, right? Because in the 30 days, you may mop, I don't know, like 6 times, let's say 8 times maximum or something. For example, when you want to wash your car, right? You wouldn't track that in a habit tracker because you know that you don't wash your car every single day, do you? I mean, we're all different, right? That's why it's very important to ask yourself this simple question. Do I need to track this on a daily basis? Do I need to know if I did that every single day? Because the problem with habit trackers and with bullet journaling in general is that it can be overwhelming. You can end up tracking way too many things, and at the end of the day, you can kind of feel frustrated. You can feel frustrated and demotivated because you ended up not tracking, all of the things that you wanted to track. That's why it is absolutely necessary to know if you need to track something on a daily basis or not. So if the answer is yes, then you can put that in your habit tracker. That's absolutely fine. But if the answer is no, then you definitely need a new way of tracking. Especially you need a new way of tracking which is motivating and which is not space consuming, which gives you a clear information at a glance. So here is my solution. So to me, box counting is the way to go. I'm gonna give you this really, really easy example. You don't really need to track your floor mopping on a habit tracker, right? What you need to know is how many times you mop the floor and when you mop the floor, right? So what you can do is just as easy as it looks like. You draw a box and you put in the day of your current month when you mop the floor. So as you look at this, you know at a glance that you mop the floor 4 times and you know on which day. Just that easy. I particularly like is this vertical view. So let me show you. As you can see here, you have the month. So January, for example, and you have some of those things that you want to quantity track, but that are not supposed to be tracked within a habit trackers because they are not habits, if you know what I mean. So here I have, for example, windows. If you want to clean your windows, that's car if you want to wash your car, floor, and your day off. I've seen that a lot in habit trackers. People do track day off or me day within a habit tracker. Unless you take a lot of me days, there is absolutely no need to have that in a habit tracker because it is going to be almost blank, right? So here, what I like about this vertical view is that it emphasizes growth. So you can see here that on the month of January, for example, I mopped the floor 4 times and washed my car, the car I don't own, 2 times, and I took 1 day off. So I have all the information I need within a really small compact space, and the vertical view tells you gives you this idea of progression, this idea of building things up, which is absolutely great and motivating. Also, as you can see here, I've added a little letter that's for the day of the week. Let's say you wanted to track when not only the date but the day of the week, that works perfectly. So you know that you mop the floor on like Friday, Tuesday, Saturday, and on the Tuesday after that. Personally, the date plus the day of the week, that's enough information for me. Like, no need to track unnecessary, useless information. Also, if you want, you can entirely skip the time information if you don't care about the date. And that's perfect if you want to do a, let's say, half a year review of what you did. So as you can see here, I drew smaller boxes to have a more compact view. I did not draw in the date because I possibly don't care about that. And here, instead of having the activity, I have the months. So let's zoom this in a bit. So you have car washing, and you have a whole review from the month of January to the month of June, and you know exactly how many times you washed your car. And I mean, do you actually need more information than that? If you're looking for a way to have this kind of like half a year or 3-month review, this is just perfect, right? In fact, this system is really helpful and useful when you want to track things that you do only every once in a while. Also, as you can see here, this system works really well when you want to set your goals. Here I have YouTube videos and blog posts. So here you add a box for each video that you film, or for each blog post that you post, right? And you can add this little thing here for setting your goal. So for example, here my goal was to film 4 videos, and I ended up filming 5 videos. So it's really easy. You have the boxes here, you put the numbers down, and this little thing for your goal. So here my goal was reached, and here it was almost reached. So here as well, like the goal was to post 4 blog posts, and I only posted 3, right? This way you have, within a really small place, the quantity information. You can add the time information if you want by adding the date in the box. You have your goal set up visually, and you can see how far you are from reaching your goals. For example, here you know that you are 1 blog post away from reaching your goal. Hope this is really clear and helpful, guys. I have decided to give you an example of conversion from a habit tracker to what I call a box tracker. I'm gonna do it live, so that you're gonna see like what it's gonna look like. So first of all, let's focus on the habit tracker. We've all been there. My habit tracker used to look exactly like this. It is extremely important to have a clear information at a glance. Otherwise, your system will end up not helping you, but actually it could actually go against you, because it end up being tiring for you, if you know what I mean. And when I look at this habit tracker, what I see is nothing clear. Like I see that I did things, but it's all over the place. You do not have a clear information at a glance. And as you can see, it's mostly blank and it's space consuming, and you do not want that, right? Not have a clear information just at a glance, if you know what I mean. Here I've added some of those things that you may track in a habit tracker, but that to me do not work well within the habit tracker system. And that's, for example, mopping, babysitting. For example, when you do some babysitting only once in a while, there's really no need to track it in a habit tracker. Car wash, blog post, restaurant, I've seen that, like, people like tracking when they go to the restaurant, when they have fun. And like, it doesn't really make sense to have it in a habit tracker since it's not really a habit. It's not really something that you do daily, you know. Me day, same thing. So I'm going to do the conversion live so that you can see how the system works and what it's going to look like. All right, so mopping, so mop the floor 1, 2, 3 times. So I have two versions, like the vertical, the horizontal and the vertical version, so that you can see both, right? Also, I suggest to put the number next to it. That helps you have even a clearer view, right? So 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2. So you have the same amount of information. What you don't have here is the date, because I wanted to give you a version with smaller boxes, but I'm gonna fill this one in with both the date and the day of the week. We are, so let's zoom this out. Okay, so as you can see, we've come from the habit tracker up here, which isn't really clear and doesn't give you any clear kind of information, any important piece of information, to the box tracker. So in this horizontal version, you can see really easily how many times you did some things. You do not have the time related information, but you may not care about that. And in this other version, you can see how many times you did a certain thing. You can also add a small number up. You have this idea of evolution, of growth, which I really, really like. So let's put a number here, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2. And to me, you have just all of the information you need. I hope this was helpful. I think it is really important to focus on your system and on how you track things in your bullet journal, because I've personally come to realize that there was something wrong with the system, and I've been working hard to find something that works well for me, and I really wanted to share that with you guys. So if this wasn't clear enough, if you have questions about how the system works, please feel free to leave that in a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know in a comment below what you thought about this way of quantity tracking. Do you find it useful? Do you find it helpful? So please let me know that, and feel free to start using this system, because that's the main point of this video. So if you're interested in my upcoming videos, go check out my YouTube scheduling. You can find there the scheduling for all of my upcoming videos. So guys, I hope you all have some great holidays, and I hope I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!